So today we will continue class 7, okay, which we were studying about pressures on fluids. Okay, today we will continue the study. Today we will study about the expression of pressure. You will see the expression for pressure or the formula for pressure in fluids at rest. Okay, what is the meaning of this one? That we can take a container, okay, and the fluid in it, that is water or gaseous particles. Water is, or the liquid particles are more easy for us for experimentation or experimenting. For experimenting, we generally take the liquid as a fluid content. Okay, if this is a fluid or a liquid content here, what is the surface? Free surface. This is the free surface. Free surface means the surface which is not bound by the container's wall. Okay, here this is the free surface where there is no container's wall, whereas in all the other directions of the fluid there is wall of the container. Container is present here. Okay, now from this free surface, if you are seeing, if you want to calculate the pressure at a point A or O over here, if you want to calculate the pressure at this point, okay, first to find out the height from the free surface to this point. If that height is represented by h, then the pressure at O is given by rho or D. Okay, rho G H. What is rho? It is the density of the fluid that you have taken in the container, that is rho. What is H? It is the height from the free surface. This is the height. Okay, what is G? It is acceleration due to gravity, which is implemented by the gravity on that point. If there is any substance at this point, if there is any substance, that will experience a pressure of rho Hg, rho Gh or rho Hg. Okay, this rho is nothing but density of the fluid. As I said, it can also be replaced by another symbol, that is D. Sometimes we can even use D. Okay, so in place of rho you can use D. So this is the expression for pressure in the fluid which is at rest. It is not moving, it is at rest. Moving fluid, you cannot calculate this pressure. For moving fluid we have other formulas, okay, but this is the fluid which is at rest. So we are studying about the fluid which is at rest. First you have to confirm that the fluid is at rest. Then consider the point at which point you want to calculate the height, because from height to height it will differ. At this point the pressure will be different, at this point the pressure will be different, at this point the pressure will be different. Now you have to note here 2 points. The first point is, as all the points which are in the same horizontal line, for example these points which are in the same horizontal line, the pressure, the height from the free surface to these points will always be same for all the cases here, because they are in the same horizontal plane from the free surface. So because of that H will be same. As H is same, density of the fluid will be same, G will be same for all these points. So if you are considering this as A, B, C, D, E and F, okay, so the pressure at A, B, O, C, D, E, F all will be same. So in horizontal plane the pressure will be same. In horizontal plane you can take any point, the pressure will be same. Okay, what about if it is not in the horizontal plane? If there are 2 points which are not in horizontal plane, for example this is point A and this is point B, which is not in horizontal plane, then the pressure at A will be different, the pressure at B will be different, because the height from the free surface here will be different, the height from the free surface here will be different. This H1, this is H2. H1 is smaller, H2 is bigger. H1 is small and H2 is bigger one. So the pressure at point A will be smaller when compared to pressure at point B. Okay, as the height, it depends upon the height. The pressure depends upon the height. Clearly from the figure you can see, it depends upon the height. Okay, so if on variation of height there will be variation in the pressure. Pressure is directly dependent on height. As height increases, pressure increases. As height decreases, pressure decreases. So as we go below from here, from the free surface, as we increase the height, pressure also increases. So as there is increase in the height, there is increase in the pressure. Okay, next we will study about Pascal's law. Okay, next let us study about the Pascal's law. The Pascal's law explains us about the pressure in a fluid which is at rest kept in a container. What does the Pascal's law say? Pascal's law states that in a fluid which is at rest, the pressure exerted at one direction is implemented in all the other direction equally. It is distributed equally to all the other direction. So, what does the Pascal's law says? Pascal's law says, if there is a pressure exerted at one point, pressure exerted from one direction, then it will equally be distributed to all the other direction. The pressure will be exerted in the equal amount to all the other direction. It is not like it is exerted in this direction, so only the pressure will be increased in this direction. No, the pressure will also be increased in the other direction. So, equal amount of pressure will be exerted to all the other directions. That is the Pascal's law. Okay, this law is applicable in fluid at rest. For this, Pascal gave an proved an experiment. Okay, in the jar which had side flask like this, side tubes like this. Okay, in a flask which had side tubes like this, it was filled with the fluid. First you have to fill it with the fluid, okay, up to one particular level. All the side tubes contain the fluid up to one particular level in all the side tubes. Then from the above, at this point, if you use a rubber cord, okay, or if you use anything to apply the pressure on this fluid from the free surface of the fluid, from this one you are pushing the piston down, you are pushing this pressure, you are applying the pressure from this direction here. Then you can see there is increase when the pressure is implemented here, the fluid will move in and there will be pressure exerted in all the directions like this in the jar, okay, which in turn can be seen in the result of raising of level of fluid in the side tubes. In the side tubes, the level of fluid raises, okay, from here to here, from here to here, here to here. If you measure that, for example, if x is the distance by which the fluid has moved up, the same will be the distance here, the same will be the distance here. See, this side is in the above surface, this is in the below, this is in between somewhere. But irrespective of positions of the side tube, the increase in the level of the water is same. This shows that when the pressure is exerted from one area, the pressure on the fluid which is at rest will be exerted equally in all the direction, irrespective of its position. Pressure will be equally distributed. Okay, so this is the Pascal's law proof or experiment which proves the Pascal's law, that the pressure exerted in one direction is implemented on a fluid such that it is distributed in all the directions in equal amount, okay, irrespective of the position of the fluids. Okay, so this is the Pascal's law. Okay, for this class ends here, class 7. Next we will discuss about class assignment. We will discuss the class assignment in our next class. Thank you.